Old World, Florida. Dr. Narco Longo. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Magic. Welcome to Florida, baby. Florida is the original Garden of Eden. Florida has the highest concentration of freshwater springs in the world. Florida oranges are the golden apples of mythology. A race of giant men once roamed this peninsula. The Smithsonian can suck my balls. Florida is littered with many ancient megalithic ship anchors, known as sacks or stones. I'm bringing sexy back. Noah's Ark was constructed out of gopher wood. Gopher wood only grows one place in the world, Florida. Florida is the birthplace of the United States. The first Thanksgiving was in Florida. Let the black drink flow. Orange man good. Click his way out to Florida.
What up?
Yo, is my
Yo,
audio
yo.
good?
Yeah, it's good for me.
That sounds okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's up, Merlin? How you doing, man?
Doing great, dude. No complaints. Just, I guess, tired from working so much, but overall, doing great. Can't complain. How
Hell
about
yeah.
yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
What have you been up to online? Your YouTube channel. Tell the people.
Putting out as much content as I can, which, some weeks it's several videos, some weeks one video, stream once in a while, and, just doing what I can, putting out what I think is interesting. I've been rereading Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to do some
Nice.
Lord of the Rings symbolism videos soon. Pretty stoked about that.
Any astrology gravy in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I mean, tons of astrology gravy, tons of just symbolic gravy too. Because like Frodo, for instance, gets the ring at 33 years old, right?
Does
So
he?
30, yes, at 33, like he turns 33. Bilbo is 111. And of course, 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. So a lot of threes in that. And yeah, so like 33, you I think, oh, Freemason, right? And I looked into it and like there's no real evidence that Tolkien is a Freemason. And it's also just a big thing too that we got to retake the number 33. It's not just Masonic. The number 33 is extremely powerful
Right.
and like the Masons use it. So like I've been thinking of it like, have you ever seen the movie Clerks 2?
No, but
Okay.
real quick, what I want to say is 33 is not as Masonic as people think. They don't even, there's like this an illusion that they have a monopoly on that number, but even when you actually look into it, that really doesn't hold up as much as people think, because it's only the Scottish Rite that
Mm,
has the 33rd degree, or at least 33 degrees was not a thing until the Scottish Rite came around. The York Rite and most lodges follow a 3-degree system, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are
So
correct.
yeah.
Yeah. And that number is, it goes way beyond the Masons, like Jesus died at 33, right? So like 33 is the number of change. And that's what it is. Like water melts at 33 degrees, right? 32 to 33 is like Pisces is the winter, Aries, and Aries 33. Um, so yeah, I mean, tons of astrological gravy in Lord of the Rings too. And what's cool is like, I learned this from some other YouTube channel. I wish I could shout out who it was, but in the book, Tolkien, he mentions stars and he essentially talks about Orion, the swordsman of the sky, with his shining belt in like the third chapter of the book. And it's like so just because like he's describing Orion and then like the red star in Taurus, Aldebaran. He describes these stars, but he gives them different names. Like just by that, you can tell that like Lord of the Rings took place on Earth, allegedly, like thousands or
Mhm.
hundreds of, or like who knows when, but at some other time. So just because of the eternity of the cosmos and how these fixed constellations are persistent throughout time, forever and ever, it doesn't matter when Lord of the Rings took place. It took place on Earth at some other time, essentially. So it's just there's so much cool shit in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you can have some fun trying to like reality test Lord of the Rings. Like for example, there's so much of it is like native Britain coded, like it's
Yeah.
like you could make the argument it's written from the real world at some point in history near Britain, but there's elephants, but
Hmm.
there's also just speaking more to like their homeland, like the Shire or something, there's tobacco all over the place.
Yeah.
Either it wasn't tobacco, this leaf, the long bottom leaf, or but it was either maybe it could have been cannabis, which was in Eurasia the whole time. But Tolkien was certainly plucking what he liked and creating this local universe where it kind of passed as Britain, but you know his favorite ingredients from the Americas were in there too.
Yeah.
Um,
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go.
I was gonna say I love how like a lot of modern political channels are taking Lord of the Rings and applying it to like what's going on in Britain right now, which is obviously not great. And you hear a lot of people say this, and it's so true, like there won't be a Shire anymore, Pippin and stuff like that, where it's like the
Yeah.
Shire is under attack. You know, you hear the orcs are inside the Shire a lot, and I vibe with that, you know, like there's a lot to that. And the fact that people are using, you know, how resonant Tolkien is with the Anglosphere essentially. And they're
Mhm.
using that to spread the message of, hey, we need to do something about what's going on, you know, which is obviously not good. So, you know, you've got James Fishback in Florida doing good things, you know, they've got some hope with Restore Britain over in the UK. So, like, you know, this is, you know, old world Florida, guys, is never a doom pill, black pill channel. You know, Longo is a white pill dude filled with hope, I believe, you know, a lover of Jesus Christ. So there's always hope on the horizon. You know, look for Gandalf, you know, on the hill on the light of the fifth day or whatever it is, right? So yeah.
Gandalf's just the sun. He never existed.
There's been there's been a lot of that going on the internet lately. A lot of one
Gandalf
of your
was Jewish.
Gandalf was a J. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But he has a huge hat though. That's interesting.
Yeah, just kidding. We love Gandalf, even though he was the actor was LGBTQ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gandalf. But
He, he did a good job with the role though.
yeah, he did pretty good. He said, I'm holding on to a 6-foot hunk of wood the whole time. He said, I'm in. He said, staff, I'm in. Say no more. But sorry, tonight we're talking about Aries. And we missed Aries season. Busy month for me. Not really. But it's Taurus season now. But we're talking about Aries. We're catching up with Aries, and then we're going to try and do one show for each sign going forward this year. So not restricted or limited to that, but we're making a point of welcoming each sign with a 101 show, right? Aries 101, Aries explained. So that's what we're going to be chatting about tonight. And of course, we're going to kind of take a Hollywood director's chair approach to this, like looking at not just the celebrities or not just like the birthday or the sign of the celebrity, but also how they match this role, how the Illuminati or maybe just God in heaven lands the perfect zodiac signs into the perfect roles. Because as we've discussed with Shakespeare and Kubrick, the greatest geniuses catch on to this trend or this trade secret where you hire actors, you fill a role, you cast a role according to astrology. That's why you cast a horoscope. You cast you're a casting agent, right? Astrologers make great casting agents.
Mm-hmm.
In Hollywood with their magic wands and the alchemy and all this, they certainly believed in astrology a lot more at different points in Hollywood history. And I wouldn't be surprised if people do this right up until today. But they definitely did it back in the, like 30s, 40s, 50s, and when there was a lot of real magic in Hollywood. Now it's only like the leftover after party of dark, nasty zombies left over from all the magic that's been going on. But
yeah.
So that's kind of our approach here. We're going to talk about some celebrities. We're going to talk about some whatever, Don't just be like, oh, they're all clones. They're all, oh, wow, you guys actually watch movies? You flipping normie? Whatever. Yeah, I think it's useful. I think movies they're magic, but they're also like, they're literally on par with like a NASA rocket launch. The amount of, and I know that's all BS too, but the amount of funding, the amount of like resources dedicated to like 30 days or a couple months of shooting, it's magic. It's throwing all these resources at something. Of course, there's going to be a lot of evil in there, but when all that money, when all that lights, camera, action gets together, who's to say that God isn't in there? The Holy Spirit isn't arranging things the way he sees fit, and whatever, blah blah blah. I like movies. I know celebrities and stuff like that. I'm not ashamed of it. So
Nothing wrong with that, man. Chicks like movies, so there's that.
yeah, that too. But so yeah, let's talk about some good Aries archetypes, people who exhibit, the pure, true Aries, themes, people who are quintessential Aries. So, uh, let's just start off with who's on the thumbnail of the video. Growing up, I was not a huge fan, but I certainly appreciated the second wave of Star Wars movies. So, Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith. Those are pretty good movies, right? Those are pretty good. I thought they were great. They were just gritty enough to where they hold up when you're an adult to go watch them. Whatever. Jar Jar Binks is silly, but those movies were good. And what I really like about it now, looking back, is how good the astrology is in some of those roles. And it's Aries, so we're really going to focus on. The two main characters, kind of in that trilogy, is Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and that is Hayden Christensen, his name is, I think, and Ewan McGregor.
Yep.
So Ewan McGregor plays Obi-Wan Kenobi. Merlin, would you be a doll and search up Ewan McGregor,
Birth chart?
please?
Sure.
Just his Wikipedia, just
yeah,
to
sure. Let me share the old screen.
just people can see his birthday and
Yeah. March 31st.
we just missed him.
Let me go dark. Why is it light? There we go. Dark mode. Very nice.
Nice. Legendary.
Yeah.
Goated.
Goated indeed. So yeah, Ewan McGregor, 31st of March, 1971.
So here is the secret to the three Star Wars movies. Okay. Or it's really the last two of that trilogy, but because Phantom Menace, Hayden Christensen's not in it at all. I forget who played the little kid. He's kind of famous too. What's his name?
Oh
Joel.
yeah, this is pod racing. Yeah, Joel.
Yeah. See if he's an Aries. See what he is.
Young.
I feel like he's a Cancer.
Actor.
He's kind of fat.
Jake Lloyd. That's what it is. Yeah, March 5th. He's a
Pisces.
Pisces.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Yeah, I think he's had a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he got bullied a lot for just being that actor. And yeah, when he was an adolescent, he did get kind of chubby. He's, or maybe even as an adult he is, I don't know.
Who was I thinking of? I was thinking of that guy Joel something. Also a child actor.
And dude, how Piscean is it to get bullied after being famous, right? Sorry, Pisces, but so he quit acting due to bullying and harassment by the press. So it's just fucked up, man. And bullying child actors is crazy, honestly.
See, Aries wouldn't have let that slide. All right, Aries would have been what you say. Boom. But yeah, Pisces will take a lot of beating before they hit back. Pisces, that can be true a lot.
Oh, but, dude, delusions and bipolar too. Both,
yeah,
the two fish bipolar. One goes north, one goes south, literally in the sky.
Yeah. Pisces, very prone to depression, anxiety. Of course, I don't know if the statistics back this up, but it seems like they're the sign that commits suicide at the highest rate. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube anymore. Whatever.
The word suicide?
Sushi side. He committed sushi side, which
Yeah.
that's why the Japanese commit sushi side so much, because parasites in raw fish will push you over the edge if you're, parasites and depression, very real link there. And parasites and I side. But all right, Ewan McGregor is in Aries, and here's the big theme with the Star Wars movies with Ewan and Hayden. They're both Aries. So what you see is this brother, older brother, younger brother, constantly fighting, bickering, disagreeing, competing with each other, and they're butting heads. They're quite literally butting heads like a ram. It's not that they hate each other. It's not that they're assholes. They are just two Aries stuck together, having to, cooperate, which is, Aries are good leaders. They're not always the best followers, though. And Anakin, Hayden, is supposed to be a follower. He needs to learn. He needs to follow in the footsteps of these two great leaders. And he just wants to rush. He's like, no, I'm the best in the world. Just put me in, coach. Come on, let me. What do you mean I'm not a master yet? What do you mean I'm not a master Jedi yet? I just proved myself, He wants to rush into things. He rushes into romance. He lets his rage and his anger get the best of him. Now, why aren't these things true for Obi-Wan or Ewan, who's also an Aries? Well, you could say he's the more evolved Aries. You could say he put his ego to the side, sucked it up, and learned as much as he could until there was no more master to learn from. And then he took over when it was no choice, Anakin's the other way around. Anakin has a perfectly good master, and he still wants to jump ahead, still wants to jump ahead of him. So they are butting heads in the most Aries way, truly. They have a lighthearted kind of banter going the whole time. But when you get to that, could you go to Hayden Christensen, please?
Yeah, sure. April 19th.
Thanks. Hayden, and they are, Ewan McGregor is he's a good-looking guy, but Hayden Christensen's like a Chad, he's over 6 feet. Hayden, Ewan's maybe a tad under 6 feet. They've, seeing them next to each other, Hayden looks taller, but he's younger, and he's a kid in one episode, and the next movie, he is like a full-grown adult. He's huge and tall. And what's crazy is they kind of emphasize the infantile or juvenile nature of Aries too with him, and remember, Natalie Portman is almost like his nanny when he's a kid, and then they start hooking up when they're older. That's a little bit of Aries.
Very horny.
Right. Passion, Aries passionate, and they warn him, passion is it's like the motto of the Sith. It's passion sounds like a good thing today. Most people think of passion as a great thing, but it's kind of like attachment is what they're really saying, right? It's attachment is the source of all suffering. But all right, Aries rush into things. They fight. They scrap easily. They scrap kind of lightheartedly too. They can get in the fight of their lives, and they'll send someone to the hospital, and they'll be like, "Hey, what? I thought we were just messing around," Or they'll go right back to their day, "Oh, I want to go get some emails done," or something, almost a little bit of psychopathy with Aries. They have a a indifference to violence a lot of the time, which makes them great military, great sportsmen. Um, but all right, can you search the Revenge of the Sith final like battle scene?
Sure.
Just a picture of it when it's both of them fighting with all the lava raining down, and people can see what I mean.
Yeah. When he's got the high ground, up at the high ground, Anakin, you can't
Yes,
win. You can't
exactly.
win.
It's very
Yeah.
ram coded too. All these open challenges and like you can't do this. Well, watch me, you know.
Mm.
But this of them, this is so iconic. Them wrestling in front of the lava. His, half his face is illuminated with the red, and he almost killed the woman he loves. He turns on his master. He killed innocent people. Very Aries coded. You're seeing like the full meltdown, right? The full crash out. Aries are the masters of the crash out. Okay,
Yeah.
but well, yeah, man. What do you think about? Did you like this movie, and what are your thoughts on?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was a kid when this stuff came out. The timing was perfect because like I got into Star Wars when I was like, like 10 years old. My dad was like, "Yo, check this out." And then when I got a little bit older, they remastered the old movies. So they had the old movies, like the original trilogy back in theaters, I think before the prequels came out. And then the prequels came out and they were so cool. And like you mentioned, right? Like people did clown on Jar Jar Binks, and Jar Jar Binks is obviously worth clowning on. But like with retrospect, and I know this is big with Gen Z too, like the newer generations, they love the prequel trilogies. Like how we growing up, oh, your sound is cooked right now, bro. Your sound is making some terrible noise. That is not good. I don't think you can hear me. Yo, Longo, guys, spam the chat. Let him know that like, okay, there we go. Cool. All right. So yeah,
Sorry, my bad.
you're good.
Sorry.
Um, yeah, but like basically these movies were peak, this is like peak childhood. This shit was so cool. And this dude compared to especially the new trilogy, like, the new trilogy is such dog water, obviously. But this stuff was great back in the day. So yeah, really good movies, very cool. All of it was awesome. And man, someone made a reference to like how like in the first movie, what was the issue? There was like a trade route that was blocked. And right now we got the Strait of Hormuz, right? So like, that shows just how like on point he was with the geopolitics, how much like, a trade route being blocked can totally disrupt and be such a big, huge deal, essentially. Oh, you're muted too now. Okay, cool. Yeah, it sounds good. No background noise, and you're all good. Oh, nope, it's echoing.
Here, okay. Good now?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna step up.
Dude, and going back, like earlier you mentioned sushi side. Guys, Longo and I have been wanting to drop some gravy. I think it's time, Longo, to talk about I Am, because Aries is the ram, right? And the Aries motto is I am. So if you think about that, right, just in the word ram, you have are and am, like you are, I am. It's the state of being, guys. And suicide is like, don't ever commit suicide, but just look at the word, right? So when God says to Moses, or Moses says to God, rather, he's like, "What do I call you? What's your name?" And God says, "What? I am that I am." So that is the name of God, the I am, right? So R am, you are, I am. But what's cool, right? Check this out. How do you say I am in French? Je suis is I am in French. So what do? You take out the I, and there you go. You have Jesus literally as the I am, je suis. And that's why suicide, right? Regicide, regicide, is the death of the king, right? Um, patricide is killing the father. Well, what's the sui side? Why sui? Why sui? Well, that's killing the I am. That's killing yourself. Don't do that ever, right? YouTube and just in general. But like that is the gravy behind like the connection between all of these things, guys, is incredible. Ram, am, I am, Jesus, je suis, which is I am, and then suicide. Incredible connection, incredible gravy, I would say, right there. So and then Longo has a lot more to drop with the I am stuff, but right now he is he is taking care of business. But yeah, guys, like, dude, go ahead and going back to Star Wars. This outfit for Natalie Portman that oh, what's up, bro?
Take her off screen. You're gonna get me bricked up in public, bro.
Dude, oh my gosh. Dude, Natalie Portman, so fine, dude. And George Lucas created he like handpicked the costume that was like her with like the midriff all cut. George Lucas was like, we need her in that. So that shit's just funny. But yeah, I'll not get Longo in trouble out in public while he's taking care of business right there. But yeah, this scene great. Like Longo said, what do rams do? Like rams literally play around like locking horns, but then also when they fight for dominance, they do it for real. So, they were kind of playing like rams throughout the first two movies, and then in the third movie, the two rams literally go head to head. The I am, the ram, and they ram back and forth until the wise old ram uses the wisdom that he has acquired and shows, like Longo said, that he is the evolved Aries and is able to put down the younger, rasher, less evolved, less developed Aries that is Hayden Christensen. So, and there you go. Welcome back, brother.
Well, Merlin, that's some deep gravy right there. Since you're getting us on that path, okay, with a little Hebrew interpretation, maybe with the etymology in the French, that was really good. A couple streams ago, I messed up and I said it was Abraham who had the I am revealed to him, but God
I thought it was
does.
Moses. I bet.
No, it is Moses. You're
Oh,
right.
okay.
And I messed up a couple streams ago because I always get thrown off because Jesus says before Abraham was I am, right? Or
Oh.
and that always throws me off. And God does start multiple sentences to Abraham as with the words I am, at least in the English King James Bible. But Abraham, yeah, Moses is where we get the ehaya or ahaya, I am the I am. But with Anakin, let's just go off on Anakin for a sec. Does anyone know what Hebrew word Anakin is very, very close to? And George Lucas is notorious for like hodgepodging across many mythologies and spiritual traditions. Vedic, Vader, the Vedas, Vader.
That's
Yoda is a combination of Yoda is a Jewish yogi. He is a Yehuda yogi.
Yoda's a tiny hat.
The Yehuda yogi.
He
Yoda.
would have a tiny hat too. He's so fucking small.
Yoga and Yehuda. And by the way, that was huge. The New Age movement was essentially a ton of, Portuguese importing Eastern traditions like to the West. Not entirely, but the New Age was largely the Jew Age, and I don't say that with any contempt or anything. Like that's just true. Like Ram Dass, a lot of these, early like guys to import Hinduism and Buddhism to America. But there are some other ones in there that I'm missing. But with Anakin, Anakim. There we go. Someone got it. Anakim. Okay. Everyone knows the Nephilim, right? Nephilim. Everyone talks about the Nephilim all the time. Not many people talk about the Anakim. Okay. The sons of Anak. So this is another race of giants, another family of giants. And Anakim, these were rebellious, you know, uh, contemptuous. They were like villains, And the sons of Anak, the Anakim, I can't help but think that was partly the inspiration for Anakin. And by the way, Anakin, who Hayden Christensen's 6'2", 6'3", if I had to guess. And they have him listed at like 6 foot flat. That's not true. You can tell
Really?
he's taller than that. But then the character he's playing is supposed to be like 6'5".
He's six
And
four.
oh, nice.
Yeah, they got him. They're putting respect on his name now.
Yeah, so yeah, they used to have him at 6 foot flat, and I was like, there's no way he's only 1 inch taller than Ewan McGregor. He looks like a lot taller. So the character's supposed to be tall. He's in like the books or the lore, he's like 6'5" or something. And then when he gets turned into Darth Vader, he's literally bioengineered or like, cyborg, turned into a cyborg, and they add 5 or 6 more inches to his height just for the hell of it. And Darth Vader is supposed to be over 7 feet tall, if I'm not mistaken. Can you search that real quick?
Darth Vader height?
How tall is
Sure.
Darth Vader?
Darth Vader height. Oh man, he's 6'7" to 6'8" apparently. So it's a
6'8".
couple inches on top of he's
Yeah.
6'4". Yeah.
And then one of the characters they had playing him, I think, was 7 feet tall. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but he's a tall guy, right? Very reminiscent of the Anakim. So there's something to that name, Anakin, Anakim.
Someone asked for Darth Vader's net worth. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
can we get a early life check on Anakin Skywalker? Anakin Skywalker.
Let's see. Early life on Christensen. Let's see. American speechwriter. Okay. Christensen. Okay. Probably a regular sized hat.
No, he's probably like Danish or Dutch or.
That's exactly it. Danish descent.
Okay, yeah.
Swedish. Yeah, he's from Sweden and Italy.
Yeah, I know my I know my Scandi last names. So
True. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You had a good interview this week with where was that guy from?
he's Danish too. Yeah.
Danish. Yeah, a Dutchman. Nice.
So Anakin and Ewan, the dueling brothers in arms, they were pupils. They both kind of take the fool's journey too. Like they're starting out. We see Obi-Wan as like a young teenager almost, young guy. Turns into this wise, master, whatever. Eventually in, the prequels, like you see him much, much older. What was Alec Guinness's sign?
Alec
Is that his
Guinness.
name?
Let's take a look.
Is that his name? Yeah. Was his birthday?
April 2nd. Oh, Aries.
He's an Aries too.
Look at
There
that.
you go, folks.
Who did
That's
he play?
he is the older Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that's what we call a faithful recasting. Okay, they're true to the zodiac sign of the original actor. That's great. Now that brings us to another smooth transition. All right. So Alec Guinness also an Aries. Look at that. Can we go look at Hellboy now?
Sure.
The Hellboy movies. Okay. The Star Wars movies, I like them a little bit. Hellboy is some of the worst movie you'll ever see in your life. Okay. Hellboy
I've never
is
seen it.
so bad. It is like dog shit. It's just so bad. All right. It's cringe. It's not even like funny cringe. and you can do an early life check on that on him
Just look at
too.
him.
But no, yeah, you don't have to. I
Uh,
just trust me.
oh yeah.
He whatever. But why it's important is the original Hellboy. Well, first, let's just talk about Aries for a sec, and then people will see where we're going with this. What do we know about Aries? For those who don't know, if we're introducing Aries for the first time, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Its color is usually red, typically associated with the color red or rose, like rosy, maybe a little pinkish, like the beginning of the light spectrum, whatever. If the end is violet, maybe the beginning is pink. But rosy, reddish, blood red, everything between there is Aries. So red is iron too. Iron rusts. Rust is red. If you ever seen rain hit rust, it looks like blood running down. And iron's in the blood, of course. So there you go. So blood, Aries is associated with iron. That's the element through Mars, the ruling planet of Aries. And then the animal of Aries is the ram or the lamb, right? So either it's the blood red, charging, ram filled with testosterone and, masculinity, not thinking about anything other than destroying his enemy with like sheer might, like forward attack. Not much. Not much. The Rams are not the most cunning, uh, warriors. Right? They've got one move and it works. But Aries, like a ram, they run into things head first. They're pioneers. They're great leaders in more pioneer, more of a frontiersman leading from the front, whereas a leader is more the true sense of like Leo leading from the center is more of like
Yeah.
a Leo's job.
Heart centered. Yeah.
Right, yeah, leading from the heart. Aries is all about leading from the head, leading at the front of the pack. And Aries also with the lamb, you could see a lot of sacrifice. Not as much as Capricorn, but there's an element of slaughter to
Yeah.
Aries, right?
Lamb to the slaughter.
Yeah. So you'll see there's a little bit of an innocence sometimes, but there's this deep association with either violence, blood, sacrifice, slaughter, and what this fighting really is, this fighting impulse, what it really is just a reaction to the world waking up in springtime. So the explosion of heat, light, color, warmth, that brings competition. As soon as everything thaws out and people start moving around, then it's time to make babies. No time to waste, First one, first one there wins the prize, right? So Aries is all about quick action, and like I said, that fighting is a response to what's going on in nature. Things have to compete. As soon as it's, that hibernation's over, it's competition time, competing for food, competing for a mate. And there you go. So war. Aries, if you didn't notice, is also the Greek god of war. So similar name, same name pretty much. Aries, the planet, is just another way of saying Mars. Ares is another name for Mars. But that's not too confusing because Mars rules Aries. So you can't really forget that association. With all this, Aries, iron, fighting with the fists a lot of the times, clenched fist is like an Aries thing. But this brings us to Hellboy. So what the hell is Hellboy? It's a alien demon thing. I haven't seen this terrible movie ever in my life.
Same.
Can't make it more than 5 minutes. I mean, just look at the thing behind him in that last picture.
Oh,
Look at how
oh,
terrible the set is. Like
yeah, tacky.
that goofy reptilian thing. Is that one of those like big tittied earth goddesses, like Venus models, Venus figurines? Or
Might be.
is that a reptilian? Guys, let's take a poll. All right. Put everything to the side right now.
Mhm.
Is that thing behind him one of those big tittied, chubby, EBT fueled, ancient European Venus figurines, or is this a neck up, goofy Jar Jar Binks looking reptilian head? What,
It could be either. Yeah.
what do you guys think? Can you search just real quick Venus figurine?
Sure. Yeah. Venus figurine. We
See,
got
now
you.
I'm not listen, brother, okay.
Yeah.
When they say Europe was full of black people and like the white man is a recent creation, man, like Yakubian science, that stuff's all nonsense until you look at the Venus figurines. Then you're like, Jesus Christ, who was worshiping these in Europe 10,000, 100,000 years ago? It's got the shower cap on and everything. It's like it's got the studded like braids.
Gotta feed my
Shower
kids.
cap. Guys, what do you think? Is this case closed evidence that Europe was black at one point? That this was like the epitome of beauty. This was like the beauty standard of ancient Europe, prehistoric Europe.
Well, the black race realist argument now is that white people are mutants formed from black DNA. So we're all mutants allegedly.
Well, yeah. Yeah, see, that's what, like seeing albino Indian people, like from India, that also is like compelling Yakubian evidence.
Albino Indian. What do we? Oh, okay, handsome young lad.
Oof, take it off. Get it off the screen. Jeez. There, that's more what I'm talking about. Like the one next to him. Yeah, that's who he is, bro.
Yep,
We were
that's what I
scientists.
see in the mirror.
Yeah. Someone let George Washington know. Someone let Isaac Newton and Tesla and all the greatest guys we got. But all right, back to Hellboy. So Hellboy, what he's known for is having a huge fist, and he's red. He's covered in red skin, and I don't know what his deal was, but he was born with like this armored fist. Yeah. And so yeah, what do you see, Merlin? Is he not very Aries coded? Is he not like a quintessential Aries?
Extremely Aries coded. Yeah, like you were saying, Mars. It's funny how the first sign of the zodiac, that spark of life, is ruled by the malefic Mars, right? Like you mentioned earlier. And yeah, there's no way to get through life without fighting. That's why Mars is the first. Like Longo was saying, you got to struggle for survival, struggle to find a mate. All that's great, but yeah, dude, he's totally Aries coded. Red, devilish. Like you said, Aries are great leaders. They definitely can be. I would say in a much smaller setting. I'd say they're really good like self starters. Like they're great at leading themselves because they can't help but lead themselves, and they can encourage others to follow. But like when they're leading, it's their way or the highway, essentially. Which they can be effective if that way is good, but if that way is not ideal, then that's where their weakness really lies, I'd say. Oh, you're muted, bro.
Aries have to be leading from the front. They have to
Yeah.
be leading the way. They can't be what's the word? Armchair quarterback or like a backseat driver, or Aries can't be barking orders from the back,
Right. They're not the
They-
tactician general. They're up
yeah.
front.
Yeah, it's got to be. Now, it's no offense to my Aries, okay, but Aries is the bravest sign. But what do they
Mm.
say about bravery? There's a fine line between bravery and foolishness. And what else do we know about Aries is they're the most foolish sign. Now, I can give them a pretty good run for their money on foolishness, but Aries is the fool, like quite literally. In the tarot, the zodiac, the beginning of anything is like the fool's journey, I guess. But Aries, the most infantile too, like they are newborn babies at heart. They are they are kind of like whiny, crying babies. Like Anakin Skywalker, he demonstrates that perfectly. Uh,
Mm.
he's like a whiny baby, you know.
I hate
It's
sand.
it's like it's like a full grown man, but he acts like a kid. You know, pouts and shouts and snarls his face. Let's get into this too, okay? Um, well, real quick, since we're on Hellboy, can you look up the actor of Hellboy?
Yeah, that's Ron Perlman, right?
Yep, Ron Perlman's the original Hellboy, and he is an Aries.
Ugly motherfucker. Sorry. Jeez.
Oh yeah, yep, he is not a looker, but he's an Aries, April 13th, and he's known for his tough guy roles. Yeah, I'm a tough guy. I'm an Aries. I
He's a tough
coasted.
guy on Twitter too, isn't he?
I don't know, but he's a total libtard, though, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he can only play one type of guy. Tough, dumb, rough around the edges. Hey, you don't want to scrap with me, buddy. That's him. That's all he can play, and that's Aries. Aries make the best villains. They make the best aggressors. They make the best agitators. The spicy ingredient that to shake things up. So there's, like we've talked about in our other Shakespeare streams. Um, maybe there's just one of those, but I've talked about Shakespeare a couple times. The martial type. All Shakespeare plays have a martial character who comes in and injects violence. He gets when you this is a good one. What does it mean to get a rise out of someone?
Ooh, yeah.
Explain that to me. Get a rise. People use that all the time as if it's like makes so much sense and everyone knows where that saying comes from. Doesn't make much sense. With Aries, it makes perfect sense. Aries is the first sign. Aries is the first house where all planets and heavenly bodies, for the most part, rise, every day. The sun rises in the first house.
Yep.
Everything comes up in the first house, which is essentially Aries. And yeah, get a rise out of someone is to push them into an Aries position, get them to, they have to fight back or to let it be known that they're bothered.
Right. Oh, don't get him started. Aries.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to Aries and horniness, right? Aries, horny, but then arouse, arise, arousal. So there's all
Yep.
that. And that's also very springtime too.
Arousal. Totally. Big Aries word. Arid is a good Aries word. Hot and dry.
Ruled by Mars, hot and dry planet. Sun exalts there, also a hot and dry planet. So very masculine, very, very hot tempered, all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Ron Perlman is the first Hellboy, or like the main Hellboy, through the what, I don't know if it's a trilogy or what series. What word do they use for like a
He
series of movies?
I would say Hellboy series. He's been in two of them. There's been another new Hellboy that's not Ron Perlman. I had no idea.
Yes. Now that's what I'm getting at. Now the new Hellboy,
Mhm.
guys, guess what? Is also an Aries. You can't have any other sign play Hellboy. Now, I think they might have an even newer one, but the guy who replaced Ron Perlman was an Aries. And again, these are bad. So I'm not saying, casting the right person isn't automatically going to make the movie good, but it is going to make the character fit the role. So,
Hmm.
not a trilogy, not a legacy. What's the word?
It's not just series?
No, there's a word for it.
Franchise?
Franchise.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Good job.
I got you.
Ron. So who's the new guy? That's playing
I'm trying
Hellboy.
to look it up. They didn't have a birth time for the guy that I saw. I'm talking like new Hellboy actor, and I see
He's
Hellboy the
he's
Crooked
the guy.
Man.
He's the guy from Stranger Things.
Okay, let me try and look it up. New Hellboy actor, Stranger. David Harbour?
Yes. What's his
That
birthday?
guy?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know he was playing Hellboy. He is yeah, April 10th, also in Aries. Okay.
There you go.
Hmm.
What?
What happened?
Longo really dos not Aries. I've noticed this in the past. Does not like. Are you trying to say I don't like Aries? I like Aries. I love Aries.
Yeah, Aries people are cool as shit. Like I vibe with them.
I like all the signs except Cancer and Virgo. uh,
Yeah.
but no, I
And
like
that's
Aries. You just got to be tough on them because they are. I don't know.
I've noticed like Gemini types and Cancer types don't get along too well, honestly. Or next door neighbors. And you're a Gem rising, right?
Yeah, I'm Gemini rising. Adam Hoffman, resident Aries in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's an Aries. And his Adam, that's a big Aries name too. Adam means red in
It's the
Hebrew.
first man.
Adam,
Mhm.
atom, But Aries means red. Adam, the first man, the first sign, the most masculine sign of the zodiac. That is totally an Aries name. So what's up, Adam? How do Aries characteristics normally change when cusp with Pisces? I'm gonna say you probably want to be closer to the cusp with Pisces. Number one, that's the sweet spot for the zodiac. And I don't know if there were like a sacred time, more sacred, more meaningful time to be born. The spring equinox is a pretty good one, and the winter solstice is pretty good, right? You usually see like messianic figures usually born either around winter solstice or spring equinox. John Saxer is born on December 21st, I think. December
Really
22nd. Yeah.
auspicious.
Yeah. But I'd say you want to be more blended in with Pisces, Pisces is a great sign to have a little bit of because all this depth, all this wisdom. But Aries is in ancient times they wanted their men to be born in Aries. I've heard that from 3 different cultures around the world. Persians, Romans, and the ancient Finnish, or like the ancient Vikings, Scandinavians, mostly Finnish. They would actually try to have their men born in Aries. They would try to impregnate their women 9 months ahead of Aries so that they would have more Aries than any other sign because Aries got shit done. Aries didn't bicker as much about manual labor and going out to have to fight all day. Like, they weeded that stuff out a long time ago. Like, we can't fill the battlefield with Cancers and Libras and, no offense, guys, but they're capable of great courage, those signs, but they are very sensitive, and you know, they don't have the same kind of self-sacrifice for those causes. But whatever. How would it change? I would just say it's good. It tempers Aries down a little bit. And it's that pure Aries energy at the beginning. You could say, some people say like the 0 degree or the 1 degree is the most of that sign. I think that kind of goes against the bleeding, like cusp theory that people say. I believe in some bleeding. I believe in like no pun intended, talking about Aries tonight, that the signs bleed into each other a little bit. You know, I think I like most of the people I meet born around the spring equinox, which is that Aries Pisces cusp. And I'd say it's good. Being Aries Taurus cusp. Now that's not a cusp known for its intellect and its
Yeah.
Now, I could be wrong. Some of my favorite people are born around there. One of my favorite people is born around that Aries Taurus cusp. But Aries Taurus cusps, you can see, the anger lasts all the way through to the end. So I'd rather, because there's people born right up against Taurus who are known for their anger. Like, don't get it twisted. I'd say you're probably more softened over towards Pisces than towards Taurus, because Taurus bulls are no pushover animal. Cows, bulls, those are aggressive animals as well, believe it or not. And yeah, so you could be watered down a little bit, which is not a bad thing. What do you think, Merlin?
I don't really put too much stock in cusp personally, because I know people who are born like just on a sign or just before a sign changes, and like they're not like a
Right.
bit of this or a bit of that. I think what cusps are, right? Like you're talking about, if you're Taurus, if you're in Aries on the cusp of Taurus, well, that means your Mercury is going to be either in Aries or in Taurus. There's zero chance of a Pisces Mercury at that point. So like when you're a Pisces cusp, you could have your Mercury in Pisces, you could have your Venus in Pisces. So that says a lot about it, I'd say. But and I do fall into the camp of astrologers who believe that like the first degrees of a sign are the most like that. That's dodecatameres, where like you divide each sign into twelfths, and then you give each 2.5 degrees to the signs of the zodiac in order, starting with that sign. So the first 2.5 degrees of a sign by the ancients are the most of that sign that there are. And it's cool that you mentioned bulls being strong, because the first 3 signs of the zodiac, they're attributed to those animals for a lot of different reasons. But one of the reasons that Taurus is the bull is because the bull is stronger than the ram, and the sun is stronger in Taurus, meaning it's hotter in Taurus than it is in Aries. And then the increase of the sun's heat doubles essentially from where it goes from like Pisces to Aries to Gemini. That's why Gemini is the doubling, the twins, because the sun is so strong in there that its strength is essentially doubled. So yeah, there's just some gravy on like why those signs are what they are.
Totally. So, good question, Adam. Thanks for the support. Hope you're doing good. Redbeard with $5 says, "Can you speak to Aries women in relationships?" Listen, I'll take this one, Merlin. Okay,
All right.
I've got this one. Rule number 1: don't speak to any women in relationships. Okay, once you're in a relationship with a woman, you can stop talking to her then. So, yeah, once you get into the gate, you can just the talking's to get you Just kidding. I'm misinterpreting your question on purpose. Can you speak to Aries women in relationships? I'd say, I think what he means is like, can you speak about Aries women in relationships? But I would advise not speaking to them, or I'm just kidding. But Aries women, some would say, notorious for short-term relationships. There's controversy on that, but um, Aries. Can you speak to Aries women in relationships? I think my first girlfriend was an Aries ever, and she was in the grade above me. She was smoking. All right. Aries, but she was like a tomboy a little bit. Like she was the number one basketball player in the school. Like, you know, she was renowned for her basketball playing. So that's like a very Aries girl thing is Aries women are often, you know, might fill a more masculine role, might be known for something very masculine like their athletic ability or um and but Aries, all right, she was Aries women, like they could, you know, like this banter, right? They might like play fighting all the time or bullying you a little bit. Aries women, you'll often see them wearing like combat boots, black. They got 1% on their phone all the time. All right. But yeah, not Butch. I'm not saying Butch, but Aries are like, just have a harder vibe, like an edge, more of an edge to them. Foul mouth sometimes. But yeah, Aries women, usually for the most part, in my experience, they tend to be pretty good looking, like hot, you know, in the truest
Fire.
sense, like more hot than beautiful. No offense, but Aries women, um, yeah, some Aries women I've heard are insatiable. We'll leave it at that. But yeah,
I
remember,
like women in fire signs.
oh yeah,
Dude, you mentioned combat boots. Have you seen the show Daria back in the day? Like that MTV show? That like
no.
sardonic chick. But anyway, Daria as like Aria, Aries right in there.
Mm.
So that kind of speaks to what you were saying.
Can you search just some Aries actresses real quick?
Absolutely
Some that come to
can.
mind. Keira Knightley, so Aries. She's always snarling her face, snarling her eyebrows.
Here are
You
the
know,
top Aries
like
celebrities. Mariah Carey. Oh my gosh, Mariah. Aria. They're like
mm,
in the name right there. Lady Gaga's an
Aria,
Aries.
Mars. Yeah,
Um
Lady Gaga, so Aries. Blood. She probably has a dick. She she's just known for blood and shock. You know, Aries like to shock people. They like to like Aries bring out the worst in people. I've I've had people. I've never had friends tell me they dislike a sign, not knowing anything about astrology. Like my friends be like, "Oh man, that guy Tim, totally made up. I don't know any Tims. No one's coming to mind. That Tim guy, dude, I don't like him. Don't bring him around anymore." I'm like, "What the hell? Like, why? Like, I didn't notice anything wrong. You know, it's my friend for like 5, 10 years." Aries. That happens a lot to Aries, where people Aries rub people the wrong way. What's that? What's the word for that? Abrasive.
hmm,
Abra. April. Abraham.
yeah.
Abrasive. Rub people the wrong way. When people rub you, it's literally abrasive. That's Aries. So yeah. Shock value. Aries have great shock value.
Dude, shock value Hellboy, Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X. Fucking demon.
Absolutely, dude.
Send him back to hell.
Demon from hell. But yeah, there's Hayden Christensen. Who else we got? Like you said, Keira Knightley, March 26th, 85, dude. She's holding up, man. Holly Bailey. Never mind. I thought I was gonna say Holly Berry.
What about the girl from Twilight? Is she an Aries too?
Yeah, she has Kristen Stewart. Yeah, she was up there on the list somewhere a little bit higher. But yeah,
Yeah.
Case dude is an Aries. Emma Watson, dude, Aries. Hot as
Yes. This is the Aries look.
Kate Hudson.
Furrowed
Yeah.
brow.
Oh yeah, dude, like Kristen Stewart again, not known for her intellect, like she has the vapid look in Twilight. Still hot, vapid look.
Her acting's like
Yeah.
she's like
What?
just like bothered and like angry and very Aries.
She's always out of breath.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy, so Aries. This is another Aries thing. They can talk fast. Not all of them, but some of the fastest talkers are Aries. Eddie Murphy. Marlon Brando's, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
There
He's got
you
some
go.
Pisces stuff going on for sure, if you know what I mean.
I would guess he's got Venus in Pisces.
I would guess so too.
Right? Venus close to Pisces for sure.
Yeah. Elton John Aries. Interesting.
Elton John. Richard Alpert. Can you look up Richard Alpert?
Yeah, sure.
Richard Alpert. What's his birthday?
Is that how it's spelled? Ram Dass?
It's pronounced rammed ass.
Rammed ass, April 6th. My bad. So Rammed Ass was born April 6th. He is an Aries. And Ram, Aries right there.
Yeah. And his guru named him. So
interesting.
Yeah.
He gave him the name Rammed Ass.
Hey, that's the joke I came up with, by the way. We sell his books like all the time, and no one picks up on this joke. I swear I'm the first person to pick up on that. And he's gay. Richard Alpert was gay, and his guru knew he was gay without him telling him, and he felt accepted because his guru knew he was gay without anyone ever telling him. And then he goes, "Thanks, guru, for enlightening me. Oh yeah, and by the way, your name's Rammed Ass." I think that's a little bit of a joke.
He was a small hat too?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Interesting. I know nothing about Ram Dass.
Yeah. I think he taught at Harvard too. Went to Harvard or taught to Harvard.
Went to India, bro. All the worst spiritualists go to India, bro. Oh my gosh. The Theosophical Society, Ram Dass.
Yeah, but listen
about him. It's like, dude.
Well, listen, Ram Dass is good. I like Ram Dass. Okay. Ram Dass is pretty cool. One of my favorite interviews is Ram Dass and Terrence McKenna speaking in a cafe in like Prague or something. It's like from the 90s. It's really good. And so I like Ram Dass a little bit. Okay, I'm just teasing on him. But Ram Dass, since we can tell a little bit of the story here. Ram Dass went to India to go soul searching. Before going to India was like that common. Ram Dass like helped create the going to India, like cliche, soul searching in India. Well, he travels and searches, finds this master, finds this guru who's a real legit saint. Like people claim that just touching his feet cures them of, incurable diseases. He is truly enlightened and he emits love, from his body. This guy, his name's Neem Karoli Baba, or that's one of his names, the Maharaji. Yeah. But Neem Karoli Baba, great guy, based, okay? Ram Dass, with all his friends, they were like druggy academics, like, taking LSD and stuff. They go over to India, and he has this crazy experience where he's doubtful about this guru. He's seeing all these people bow at his feet, and he's like barely paying attention to them. He's like turning away half of them, like doesn't even care. And Ram Dass is like, who does this guy think he is? So full of himself. I came all the way here for this. It's a bunch of nonsense. He goes back, or he's like almost going to go back home. And the guru says, hey, what, you think you know everything? You think you got all the secrets? You're better than this. You're better than us. Well, I know more about you than anyone does, than you do. I'm paraphrasing a lot, but the guru then gives him information, tells him things that no one else could know. No one could know unless you were God, or you had God telling you, or some angel or demon helping you. And yeah, exactly. Yeah. The guru essentially says, your mom died. You're sad about your mom, and you were at a waterfall crying about it. And I'm not a good storyteller. Not a good storyteller. Well, here, let's find you a better YouTube channel let's find you a better YouTube channel. Oh, he's on your channel, so not my problem. All right. So Ram Dass, he gets convinced. He's like, damn, this guy knows everything about me, without ever meeting me before. And so he's convinced. He's like, wow, he almost like collapses at his feet. He's like, all right, I'm in, I'm your disciple now, pretty much. And he then dedicates himself to this guy. He's with him for like months. And he brings his friends over, right? And then all these cool stories, like they dose him with acid at one point to see what happens. Like nothing happens. But one day, right, they keep asking him, like, how do we become like you? How do we meditate? How do we become enlightened? And how do we, how do we become like you? What's the secret of the universe? He says, be like Christ, be like Jesus, meditate like Christ, meditate on Jesus. And he actually gets so specific. Okay. And I don't know, maybe your buddy here hasn't read what I've read. I don't know, but outside of some of the more, like popular resources where people hear about this story, there's some not so nice details that don't make it into Be Here Now and Ram Dass, most of Ram Dass's books. This guy was pretty anti-Semitic too, and most of these disciples were Jewish, and he would shout at them, call them sister fucker, which is, to be fair, is like an Indian insult already, but he was applying it to them for sure. He'd say, you killed Jesus, things like that, and he would essentially say, Jesus is the way. Like the one thing that you guys are escaping, the one thing that you thought you're going to escape and the real secrets are over here in India in the jungles, surely it's so different from Jesus. No, actually, I'm preaching Jesus to you too. That's Neem Karoli Baba. Preaching Christ, Jesus Christ, to these Jewish disciples in the middle of an Indian rainforest or mountains, whatever. And there you go. So, and it worked, Ram Dass, he had something, he gained something from all that. But all right, there's the story time. Hope that wasn't too painful for you.
No, that's awesome. I love that. Like my favorite Bible verse is when the guys go up to Jesus and say, Lord, Lord, and Jesus says, why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do as I do? I love that because like the whole message of the New Testament is not specifically to worship Jesus, but to, I think, use him as an example and try to be, it will never ever be like him, but to try to be like him. And yeah, the top comment out of that was when CJ Trickster said, this looks like my DoorDash shirt, dude. I was cracking up.
Yeah.
And John Supp thinks this is me in 2 months. He's probably right. I'm on the cusp of this.
Speaking of face and body and appearances, well, let's talk about Iron Man for a sec, because that's another, quintessential Aries role, Aries
Yeah.
movie. Pull up Robert Downey Jr. in Aries, please, or Iron Man.
I got his birth chart right there, and then yeah, I'll pull up Robert. Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, Iron Man is so good. Robert Downey, is it EY? I don't know. Junior.
Yeah.
Oh, it is EY. Yeah. Okay, so images.
But yeah, we're
April
gonna talk
4th.
about the face and body type too. But all right, Robert Downey Jr. is an Aries. Well, Merlin, I'll let you talk about this one. This was your nomination for an Aries character.
Yeah, it's just great because Aries, Mars rules iron. Like Leos have a heart of gold, maybe Aries have a heart of iron, or like the fist of iron. Like Longo was saying, you fight with an iron fist, and
Hard head.
iron hard-headed. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr., April 4th, Aries, and his birth chart is incredible when it comes to this, right? So when we're looking at Robert Downey Jr.'s birth chart here, we got the sun. He's got a nice little Aries stellium with Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Aries in the 9th house. Strong midheaven too. Talk about like an auspicious midheaven, right? So like his Mars. So Mars is in the 2nd house. Taurus is a co-significator of the 2nd house, and he's got the moon and Jupiter in the 10th house, the house of career. So where is all of his career success coming from? Well, Iron Man. So you can see how like the role of Iron Man is totally manifesting in his chart, and how he made all his money, got all his fame, his renown, etc. It's all there. It's really cool.
He even says in a couple interviews, he says like, "Oh yeah, I was totally washed up, and like Hollywood chewed me up and spit me out, and I was done for on my like last dollar, or like in rehab or something." And then he got the offer for Iron Man, or he got accepted, or the audition or something, and that saved his career. He had a well, his dad was pretty famous, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he was famous, but his dad was an actor. I don't know.
Let's see,
There's his
early
father.
life. Yeah, his father, Robert Downey Sr., was a filmmaker with Lithuanian, Jewish, and Irish ancestry.
Mhm.
And his mom was an actress who appeared in Daddy's films. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he, a little bit of like a prodigal son almost. Like he had a lot of fuck ups, drug addictions. I think he was in a really bad car crash too. I could be wrong, but he got his shit together. So Aries have a great redemptive quality too. Like they can bounce back pretty well. They can shake things off pretty well. Rub some dirt on it. That's like a very Aries kind of saying. You know,
Mm.
someone's spamming Charlie Chaplin. Is he related to Charlie Chaplin? Is that
Oh,
real?
okay. Let me
Well,
control F.
Charlie Chaplin, I believe. See if he was an Aries.
Oh, his portrayal. Okay, so let's see. At the age of 5, then he was acting debut, blah, blah, blah. His portrayal of Charlie Chaplin in the
Oh, he played
biopic
him.
Chaplin. Okay.
I had
Got
no
a
idea.
BAFTA award.
My bad.
Oh, cool.
Is he related to him?
No, I don't think he's related. He just played him. What's Chaplin, though? Chaplin also an Aries, dude.
Yep.
That
Bingo.
shit.
Thank
Nice
you.
connection, folks. Let's go.
Thanks, Angie.
Go to chat.
Search, is he related to? She's
Okay.
saying.
Oh,
She's
is
claiming
okay.
he is.
Is Robert Downey Jr. related to Charlie Chaplin? AI is generating. No, he's not directly related, but he portrayed him. So yeah, no. But both Aries though, so they're
All right,
related by the
Angie.
Zodiac.
You're 2 for 3. We'll take it. But yeah, that's perfect. Lawrence of Arabia is another great example of that, where a real life Leo was portrayed by a Leo actor. Perfect. You got to do it that way. This new Bob Marley movie, it was fucking terrible. The actor looks nothing like him. Freddie Mercury movie, terrible. He looks nothing like him. Okay, you've got to get the same sign and as close to looks as possible. It seems like you just can't get over it. You can't act your way out of not looking like someone. Like, bro, this guy looks like fucking microwaved.
The Timu.
Yeah, Timu Bob Marley. This looks like a white person was like, that looks just like Bob Marley, you know? But it's not at all.
Yeah.
MJ movie, they're saying was bad too. I didn't look at that at all.
Michael Jackson, MJ, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Downey Jr. struggles with the addiction, you know, like that's like a bit of a ninth house thing, you know, like the ninth house is a tough house, you know. But interestingly, the sun does rejoice in the ninth house. So like the sun is in Aries, his whole sign ninth house anyway. And oh wait, no, these houses this doesn't have an accurate birth time. This might not be accurate for his houses. Fuck. I could be totally mistaken on all this.
That's all right.
Because there's no birth time.
Mars, he's definitely got a prominent Mars in his chart.
Yeah.
Mars dominant, maybe. But yeah, so he played in Aries in a biopic. That's great. It's exactly what we're looking for. And Iron Man. You know, he's got a suit of armor and he's, what's the word? Brash? Is that the right word?
Yeah, Iron Man often, you know, he's smart,
brash.
but sometimes will act without thinking, act impulsively. You know, he can be triggered emotionally. People can get a rise out of Iron Man. He does have his triggers.
Also, isn't he Iron Man because he has like a piece of iron, like a millimeter away from his heart? That that he has a magnet that's constantly like pulling away from his heart.
Yes,
or whatever. But yeah, all very iron Aries. But all right, we talked about some girls too, a little bit. Keira Knightley. Talked to Eddie Murphy. We mentioned at least one black person. So
Jackie Chan, we'll get the Asians in there. Jackie Chan, martial artists, you know,
Totally.
Aries.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson, Aries based.
William Shatner, Captain Kirk.
Hmm.
Jennifer Garner, not a thinker. Okay.
No, probably on the Taurus cusp. Seth Rogen's an Aries, also not a thinker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a Seth Rogen fan of those Christmas movies.
Taylor Kitsch is very Aries. He's always playing like military roles. Dude, Taylor Kitsch. What's his movie? John Carter. Look up that movie. Search John Carter.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Do you know anything about this? It's a Disney movie.
John Carter. It's like him in space, right? Some alien planet. He's like
one of the biggest flops. Well, what planet, if you had to guess?
Mars?
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Literally, he's a Civil War soldier in the middle of fighting the Civil War who wakes up on Mars. There's transported to Mars. That's so Aries. It's not even funny. It's a soldier literally sent to Mars.
This is quite the fucking costume there. Holy shoot.
Then has to fight another war. And I don't like this movie either. It's pretty terrible. But yeah, so that's a pretty Aries movie. John Carter.
It came out in 2012. I feel like it was like last week. Holy shit. 2012. Okay. What else we got? Yeah, Betty Davis. Jenna Jameson talking about Aries women.
Yeah. Well, let's look about a lot of women porn stars are Aries. Like a lot. Aries, Aquarius. Not that I would know. I only just from my research for the show, I mean. But I think, from what I heard. But yeah. Let's get into the appearance. Okay. Can you search Peyton Manning?
Sure. Is that P-A-Y? I think so.
P-E-Y. Get it straight, boy.
I'm not a foosball fan. Peyton
No.
Manning.
Not a bacon ball. Not a bacon ball fan.
Not really.
Not a bacon ball. Chase around the pigskin. Look at the goalies chasing the pigskin.
Yeah, no, not so much.
Look at the goalies chasing the bacon ball.
Any particular picture you want up of him?
Search Peyton Manning forehead.
All right, let's see what we got here. I guess he hit his forehead at some point.
Nope, that's just what his forehead looks like when he takes his helmet off. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Peyton Manning is known for his forehead. It is a meme. It's been a meme. It's one of the first memes ever. Was Peyton Manning's forehead. Peyton Manning, you wouldn't think he's an intelligent guy. You don't get that level of success by accident, but he's not known for his, being the most articulate or, cunning. He is a great leader. I'd say his leadership trumps everything else. And he's full of grit. He's a real, football
Someone
player.
said his head and neck are the same width. It's just a fucking thumb coming out.
Well, basically, his forehead is huge, and it's always red. He'd take his helmet off, and he'd have this blood red forehead, and that's Aries, folks. Aries is known for the forehead. Can you now search Klingon race?
Yeah, Star Trek, my favorite.
Don't get me started on these fucking Klingons. Okay. Florida's got too many fucking Klingons, if you ask me. Okay. I'm real sick of it. I'm real sick of people getting their heads stomped in by Klingons for no reason. Okay.
Dude, the head stomps are crazy. That's the worst trend, bro. You see the fucking kid, the 15-year-old kid stomping on that 14-year-old girl's head in New York, dude?
Terrible.
Insane.
Inhumane.
Yeah, yes, literally not human.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
You've got Klingon fatigue.
Merlin has Zika head. The fuck? It's true though. I do have the Zika virus. I'm patient 0.
What's Zika head? What's Zika head?
Here, I got you.
No, I know who has Zika head. It's not Merlin.
This is me IRL, bro. This is me when I was a baby.
Nah. Putin's got Zika head. Slavs have Zika head. And you guys know androgenic?
Oh yeah, isn't that
streamer?
like the he was on the Sam Hyde show lately or recently.
That's him. He got his hat pulled off in public one time, and it literally looked like that.
Dude, real talk though, he fucking owned that shit pretty well, not gonna lie.
Oh my god. Zika. Dude, I did not know that. I'm gonna start calling people. Oh my god. New handicap unlocked.
Little Zika head motherfucker.
Oh my god. So yeah, Aries are like the opposite of Zika heads.
We'll pull it back up real quick. You really like that one. It's fucked up, man. You're laughing at this. You're laughing at this. This misfortune. They don't live to old age long, though. They don't live to old age. These are little babies, bro. Getting bit by mosquitoes.
Damn, bro.
There's a soul in there long ago.
When you nut, but she keeps sucking.
What the fuck, dude? What?
I said when you nut, but
Oh,
she
I
keeps
heard you.
sucking. It's a
Zika
meme.
virus. Yeah, yeah.
Take it. Take it. Take him off screen.
We're gonna keep you away from those Zika heads, bro. We'll be right back, folks. This is a short commercial break. Oranges in the chat, super chat. It's been a good night. We
Dude.
still got more coming at you.
Oh my god, dude. I'm wheezing. All right.
His forehead went to the moon before we allegedly did. All right. Hellboy ain't looking that bad. Yeah, better than the Zika head, probably. Everyone checking their surroundings right now. Yeah,
Dude.
Angie, do what you gotta do. You gotta do that for sure. Chat's been fire tonight, not gonna lie. Chat's been on fire. And chat's been on fire. We're talking Aries, guys. And even though we did miss the sun in Aries, there's so much shit in the sky in Aries right now. You guys literally talk about murder. You literally fucking murdered Longo. Like that doesn't happen often. Longo lost composure, bro. That's a rarity on Old World Florida. So good job, chat. That was John Sup fucking sniping Longo from outer space, bro. Nice job, John Sup. He always brings the heat. Half the head is missing. It's making me need a puff. Yeah, both shoulders. He looked like powdered toast man. No idea who that is. Longo's lolling. Yeah, bro. Longo lost the plot, bro. We got some other stuff. We talked to Robert Downey Jr. We might talk about Russell Crowe. That's another Aries strong one too. Russell Crowe. Like think about, and this birth chart is accurate. You know, Russell Crowe and Gladiator. Longo has returned. He's almost returned. And the hair is once again getting Longo a little bit. The hair is on the grow back.
Dude.
How you doing, bro?
Fucking hilarious. Dude. All right. The last time I laughed that hard on stream was when this guy called in and he was telling me this super long story about how his grandpa had dementia. And it was like a story that never ended. And he was trying to be so serious. And he was like, yeah, dude, my grandpa, like, dude, I think like, you know, he was enlightened like a little bit. Like he was like, I don't know, he was saying just rambling. And dude, I just lost it. Like he was going, I was like, can you wrap it up, man? Can you wrap it up, man? And then he like wouldn't wrap it up. And I laughed like that. I felt so bad.
You laughed at his grandpa with dementia.
Dude, I was
bro.
dying laughing at his most important story of his life. You're like,
Shit runs in the family.
It's out there somewhere. But
shit.
Dude, that's hilarious. Man. All right. Well, the Klingons have the perfect Aries archetype. Like you can close your eyes. Klingons are like a perfect caricature of Aries. Okay. I gotta just mute the chat. All right, I'm not looking at the chat anymore for the rest of the night. But Zalero Morales with $20 says, "Much love. Good to see you, fellows." Good to see
you too.
Dude, I'm like vibrating, shaking. I was laughing so hard.
A good laugh is cathartic, bro. That's some full moon shit right there. That was lunacy there for a little bit. And we do, I think, is it still in Scorpio right now? This one? I don't know. Let's see. Or the moon, rather.
Full moon?
Yeah, we still got a full moon. Moon's still in Scorpio for another couple hours.
Yeah, so guys, if you want to know the secret to all of the Aries facial types, you can just imagine the Klingon. The Klingon is like a perfect caricature of the Aries type, male and female. The most prominent part of the body is going to be the head, especially either the forehead or the brow. But with Aries, with a Sagittarius, you can always tell by right here. You can always tell. with Aries, you can always tell right here. It's down here. So with the Klingon, they've got that ridge down the middle, but they've also got these ridges on the side, right? With Aries, you always see that. So Aries eyebrows often look like this. Like they curve up like angry eyebrows. Like that. That's what a lot of Aries look like that. Where it's like an M or like, very pronounced. Kind of like the Aries logo is kind of like an angry unibrow a little bit. The Aries glyph. But
Yeah, it is.
you'll see a furrowed brow a lot of the time. That's kind of a Taurus thing too, the furrowed brow, because they're like dumb. They're like, huh? But so dumb people furrow their brow, but also you can tell there's an intelligent way of using your brow. The brow is a muscle, guys. The
Mm.
brow is a muscle. Vital, important thinking muscle. Critical thought is literally like measured and acted on with the brow. And if you misuse your brow, you can see people with all these crumpled up, like all these different like shapes in the middle. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want to be a smooth brain either. You don't want to have a totally, smooth, baby soft, zero wrinkle forehead, because that might mean you're a pushover. That might mean you're, simple minded or dumb or too effeminate if you're a man. So you want a little bit of engagement in the brow. You don't want to be one of these liberals who's just in la la land.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I accept everything no matter what, as long as it's enjoyable on an emotional level. I'm okay with everything.
Dr. Fauci's a hero.
Yeah, you can tell political affiliation by looking at someone's brow. I'm not even kidding. Go turn on Morning Joe, and you'll see and this is smugness too. Smugness is.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, like smugness is all in this. Critical thought. Tucker Carlson, when you turn on Fox News, it's all right here. It's all critical. What do you mean? What do you mean they're doing that? That's disgusting. I don't like that. We need to stop that. It's Tucker Carlson is like that. So Aries, we're kind of talking about something different right now, but you can tell political affiliation through the brow. Now compare Tucker with Rachel Maddow.
Oh, yeah, man.
Rachel Maddow.
Smug, bro. Oh, this is it, dude. Look at this one. Holy moly, dude.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Don't you know climate change is the biggest cause of mass migration? We got to save the planet and carbon tax you to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rachel Maddow.
So, and if you look at Morning Joe, search Morning Joe cast or Morning Joe panel, and they've got the same thing.
Yeah. What's this guy's fucking name, bro? Is that Joe Scarborough, or is that who it is? Or no?
Yeah, that's him too. He's a little better, but you'll see when they're just kind of chatting, like.
Yeah, look at this guy. This guy
Oh,
on
and
the top right.
Also search Irina, R.I.P. Irina with a Z. I don't know how to say her last name.
Or Zaritsky?
Go look at her killer's brow.
Oh, dude, that
Yeah, talk about unhinged. Okay, the eyebrows are literally lifting off, like NASA liftoff.
Dude.
Yeah. What do you mean, bruh? I didn't do nothing, bruh. When the brow is that high up, the conscience is not engaged. The conscience is gone. It's just emotional thought. It's just like pure reaction.
That is like if the roles were reversed is like the most trite argument at this point, but like literally imagine if the races were reversed, like where there was like a train full of white people and a white dude stabs another chick, like, and then the white people just sit there and do nothing as she just bleeds out. It's like,
Yeah.
what? It's like, dude, the actual fucking horror that we're being put through
Look
is
at his
fucking insane, dude.
look. How do you even get your eyebrows that far off your eyes, dude? They're literally like 3 inches away from his eye. That is, if this isn't a clear case of physiognomy is screaming warning signs at you, you know,
Yeah.
when you try and lift your eyebrows that high up off your head, it pulls your eyelids with it. His eyelids are perfectly flat down. His eyelids are almost relaxed, and his eyebrows are 3 inches up off his. Scary. So be on the lookout. Watch out for those folks. Okay, most people get by through life with like an agreeable face, like a fake agreeable mask on, and when that mask gets like, you know, exaggerated and overcompensating for what's inside, you'll see some scary faces like this.
What a terrible tattoo, too.
Yeah, this guy's gonna burn in hell. So
Just,
whatever.
yeah.
Hope he gets some justice.
Hey, that's God's job, and I have full faith in God.
Yeah, there's a Klingon if I've ever seen one. But sorry. Well, Aries, other types. So the brow, you're always going to see a little bit of flare or anger or, yeah. But aside from that, I would say there's 3 main Aries body types that I see, mostly in men. With girls, it's kind of, I don't know, but with men, Aries, they're either a muscular tank or they're like an alien, like a Martian with like a big head and like a skinny, small, like wiry body. Still
Mhm.
strong though. Like Santos Bonacci is like the perfect
Yeah.
alien Aries. Like his head his head looks like it belongs in a larger body, and his body's he's a small man,
He's
and
really lean, too.
yeah, but you can tell he's strong, and he's got killer instinct. Look him up, Santos
Yeah, sure.
Bonacci. Shout out him. He's a legendary Aries too.
I wonder if they give him a flattering picture or not on the first Google result. Or the first DuckDuckGo image. Let's see. Santos. Yeah, it's his old stuff, but
This is a good theory.
what's
I
up?
don't know if Angie's being serious, but tightening your dreads too much might lift your eyelids up like that. I don't know. That's a good possible explanation. But Santos Bonacci, um, if you ever watch Santos Bonacci, like his old videos, there's like all these computer problems and like echoes and like, I mean, I'm a little bit like that, but that's so Aries just to be like knocking things over, like
Yeah.
like just everything's just kind of like the parrots are quacking. What was that? All right, I'll be right back. Like just kind of all
Yeah.
over the place, and I love Santos. He's the best. Like he's the
Yeah.
greatest astrotheologer of our generation, and not my generation, but in the world today. And
Yeah.
I
Greatest
love
Gen Xer for sure.
Santos. And I don't want to, this isn't dishing dirt at all because I think what he did was 100% justified. But guys, Santos Bonacci was put in a self-defense
Yep.
scenario and he came out on top. And he sent that guy to the grave. Okay. So, he might seem like a small little guy, but if anyone can make up for size, it's Aries, So
Yeah. And that's a
Yeah.
wild story. If you haven't heard the Santos story with the self-defense, it's worth listening to. It's interesting how he talks about how he was almost guided by an angel in some way, and like, angels intervened, which I could totally buy, because like the situation was literally dire, but he
Yeah.
arose to the occasion, and like Longo said, came out victorious in combat when it mattered most. Literally everything was on the line, and like
Mhm.
he came out on top. Aries energy all the way with that one.
Yeah, totally. And also Santos, I love Santos, but he swears like a sailor, and he like,
Yeah.
curses people, and he lets rip on people, and that's so Aries. If anyone's allowed to do it, it's Aries. Um, but yeah, all right. So what I see is Aries men. They're either usually just like a tank, like they lift a couple weights and they beef up real fast. Like they Aries put on muscle the easiest. Aries, when they're skinny, super skinny, they have great physiques. When they hit the gym, they tend to get great physiques. But Aries men, as far as height, I'd say they are not necessarily known for being exceptionally large or exceptionally small. I do know some tall and thin Aries. I don't know many tall and big Aries, like tall and broad Aries, like tall and fat. I don't know too many of those, but I've met a lot of wiry, tall Aries and medium-sized, muscular Aries, like a tank. They either have like this tap out, like UFC fighter, like fashion style, like tap out shirt, um, 9 line, or like fucking whatever, the 5'11", like tactical. I'm a tactical bro, don't like, yeah. But yeah, Aries tend to be a medium shape and size. Like they're kind of more in the middle. Their range is, I'd say, pretty wide. When I think of tall signs, I think of Pisces. I think of um, some say, Aquarius and Capricorn definitely get mentioned a lot for height. What do you think, Merlin? Who do you think's the tallest?
Sag is pretty tall.
Sag,
Um,
Sag, I'd say, is more known for size or like mass in general.
Scorpios aren't. Scorpio, I would say, is the taller of the martial, uh, Mars ruled signs traditionally, anyway.
Hmm.
Librans are decently tall sometimes.
Libra,
Um,
Libras
Good.
have the best bodies, the most evenly distributed, well proportioned, balanced. Uh,
Leos
but
can be tall too. Leos stand tall, stand proud.
yeah, when I think of the tallest sign, I actually think it's Pisces. That's my experience. I know a lot of big Sagittariuses, but Pisces almost always tend to be taller in my experience. Um, I've met a ton of. I hear people say Capricorns are tall, like in all these books and stuff. A lot of the shortest people I've ever seen were Capricorns in my life, and I think one of the greatest markers of shortness is a Capricorn ascendant. Um,
That's me.
restrict. Oh, no offense, sorry,
Hey, no, it's all good.
but
Yeah.
but I've known the two shortest people I've ever met in my life had Capricorn, so I'm a little biased. Capricorn ascendant, but Pisces, Barron Trump is a Pisces. He's right there on the Aries cusp. But I'd say Aries can get tall. They're like when I think of Gemini, there are tall Geminis, but they're, medium sized, if not on the smaller side. Like we get the word micro and mini from Gemini, so don't be surprised if you see a lot of small Geminis. Gemini women are usually, small. My mom's a Gemini. She's
I-
5'10", 5'11".
It's important too to qualify this discussion with like the fact that, guys, when we talk about like height, right? Like it's obviously relative to your parents and like your
Yeah,
genetics. Like if you
totally.
have a tall family, you're going to be taller, obviously. And then your signs like, okay, how much taller or shorter might you be than your, you know, parents essentially, and like your genetics will allow. So
Mhm.
that plays obviously the biggest role, but then the signs from there.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So I'd say Aries, Michael Fassbender's in Aries. I feel like he is a quintessential Aries body type. He's got like a boxer body where he's thin, like he's kind of wiry, but you can tell he's got, he's got natural muscle, but it's not something like you go to the gym to pack on, like just natural tendony, tendon muscle, skeletal muscle, not necessarily the most like topical, like buff muscle, but Aries put on muscle the easiest, and I think naturally they are, have strong bodies naturally.
Good at pumping iron.
Pumping iron, very Aries. I do think Sagittarius and Pisces, because of the Jupiterian quality, are
Hmm.
like the larger signs, like they expand. Like Sagittarius can put on weight the easiest, like muscle and fat. Sag rules the muscular system, but it also rules like fat through the liver and Jupiter. And what other tall signs? Aquariuses are known for their height. Abraham Lincoln was like 6'4", 6'6", somewhere around there. Aquarius. A lot of tall Aquariuses. A lot of Aquarius basketball players like Michael Jordan. But again, yeah, height is not. Height is not the most. Height's not super determined by astrology. I think there's trends, but it's not the deciding factor at all.
Okay.
I'd say the face is much more, true to the sign. Like,
Yeah.
you can't escape looking like your sign.
Your first house is so inevitable. It just is.
Yeah. But face types, I see. There's another facial type, which is also like a martial alien. Can you look up Arya Stark?
Oh yeah, Macy Williams. Yeah, she's got that look too. Look quite
This
the
is like a big eyes, small bottom half of the head, and like a big upper half of the head. Big eyes, like almost like googly or bulging eyes a little bit, wide open eyes, kind of like like a Martian, where small body, larger head, and this is kind of the less angry type. But Keira Knightley has those kind of angry brows. Emma, what's her name too?
Watson.
Yeah. Look at the one right to the right of that one.
This one right here.
That one. So Aries.
Yeah.
The eyebrows kind of hook around. They come up and they come down. And again, women manipulate their eyebrows because they're of the devil, and they'll mess with they'll mess with anything God gives them. But yeah, that's the Aries look.
Yeah.
Very sharp, sharp, engaged. But yeah, Emma Watson too. Look at her.
Yeah. Emma Watson, dude. Such a shame on her politics.
So yeah, see if you can see her making a face, or like making an angry face.
Angry face. Let's see. Let's go. Emma
Yeah,
Watson.
like in Harry Potter, she's always like making an angry face in Harry Potter.
There's something there.
Search
Yeah,
Hermione.
Harry Potter, Hermione. Yeah, we got it. Hermione. That's a concerned face.
Yeah, that. Well,
Oh, here we go. Like when she was like young, like that's like a
yeah, when she's angry.
like Ronald. Oh, right there, dude. That's what you're talking about, right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of her acting was just being angry. But yeah, so what else? Aries, who are some big. Oh, Sean Bean. Look up Sean Bean. He's a total Aries. White man, Aries. Young. Look up young Sean Bean. Like,
All right. Sean Bean Young.
no, I said hung. Just kidding.
What? Oh, hey, whoa, what?
Sus.
It's 2026, man.
No, but Sharp. He was in this great show called Sharp, which is very Aries coded. And yeah, this is a great show. And he looks like an Aries too. He's got the brows. He always dies in his movies. He plays great villains too. Great agitate. You know, Boromir is the perfect martial character. He's not necessarily the villain of the show or the villain of the story. He is someone who comes in and injects conflict. He's a catalyst for, action.
What clinches Boromir, I think, as the Aryan archetype is the sacrifice, because Aries is sacrifice, and he makes his mistakes, but then he does sacrifice himself for the mission, for the good, for Frodo, and that is like Aryan to a T, right? Like if you're rushing into battle, you might have, if you're foolhardy, you might have a less chance to live, but what you're doing is creating opportunity for those who come after you, right? So like, yeah, I mean, and of course, during Aries, we have the sacrifice of the Passover and stuff like that. Sacrifice the Lamb of God, all that sort of thing. So Aries is all about sacrifice, really. They give a lot.
Totally. Well, hey man, we're at 2 hours. What else do we need to say? Is there anything we need to can't forget?
I don't think we missed anything. What I would say is like this is a decent stream because I brought up the whole like I am Jesus Je suis thing earlier with the Ram RM, and then you mentioned Shakespeare. Did you want to mention the connection between that and Shakespeare's writing style and what he wrote in?
Iambic pentameter.
Yeah.
Which is, man, I'm no expert, but it's either 2 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 2.
It's 5 sets of 2.
Oh, yeah. And that is, if you go look at Jesus's story, where he is feeding many from 2 fish and 5 loaves. Also, like Merlin pointed out, Je suis, I am the I am, Jesus being I am before Abraham. Could Jesus maybe have been speaking in iambic pentameter? Could he have, been using a Greek, almost like Homeric way of unveiling information? Could Jesus have been a poet? Could he have been captivating people with, not just his logic and rhetoric, but with, rhymes? Who knows? I don't know. We don't hear much about that, but yeah. What do you want to say about it? Iambic. We also see the word lamb with a lowercase l is pretty much I am, right? And I am looks like lamb too.
Lambic. Yeah, dude. And then that goes back to talking about Santos Bonacci being the GOAT. That's where I learned about red shift, blue shift, the R and the L. Between you and Santos, you guys both talk about the R and the L being very interchangeable, which is why, like, if someone like an Asian person is learning English, right? What are they messing up? Their L's and their R's, because those and like L's and R's are so cool because those are the two letters that you can roll, like, right? And then even in the word roll has R and L. You can roll those letters and nothing else. Let's get ready to rumble. Like that's all in there. And R and the L talk about the beauty of the English language. L is the 12th letter. That's 6 plus 6. And then R is the 18th letter. So it's 6 plus 6 plus 6. So 12 is divine, 18 is divine. That sums to 9. The other one sums to 3, which there's so much to R and L, the red shift, blue shift, left, right, lamb, ram. I am, sacrifice, Aries. There's so much to it. Sorry, there's a lot, but there's a lot there. Really, it's pretty cool shit.
Oh yeah. Well, guys, we're going to be talking about Aries some more this month. We're going to do some more streams, and we'll revisit Aries a little bit. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you learned a thing or two about Aries. Sorry to my Aries out there if I wasn't as flattering as some people would like, but I love Aries. What else do you want me to say after that? I like Aries. They're not a sign I complain about.
Yeah, Aries is dope.
And we need more Aries action stars, like A-listers. Back in the 80s, there was tons of Aries. Now they're like gone. Who am I thinking of? I can't think of any right now. But all right, show's over. All right, see you, everyone. Guys, go check out Merlin's channel. Here, go to since you've got a browser up, can you go to your own channel? Show people your own channel.
Sure.
Please.
Thank you. All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, guys, it's at Wise Wizard Merlin. Do a lot of astrology content, metaphysics, some philosophy, stuff like that. So yeah, try and stay active with videos and streams. I do as much as I can. Channel's growing. We'll see. But appreciate.
Go subscribe, guys. It's at go scroll up a little bit.
Sure.
It's at 891. All right. It's gonna be at over 900 by midnight. All right.
God willing.
Everyone go in there and subscribe, or else. Okay. Let's push them over 1,000, guys. Let's get them there so we can start making a living off YouTube.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Got some ways to go.
Yeah,
I do appreciate it, man.
As long as you don't bully the Zika babies too much.
Yeah, we're gonna get a strike for the Zikas.
Stay monetized. We'll see what YouTube's Zika policy is, if they're a protected class or not. We're about to find out. So, all right, everyone. Good night.
All right. Have a good night.
See ya.
Yep. Wild Indian, yeah.
Hey V, line them up.
I'm a wild Indian, I go crazy. Ain't really Indian, that boy fugazi. I just keep it player, you can never play me. You got an ass so fat, girl, let's make a baby. And another one. Then I'm back to the trap, I'm trying to double some. She a bad woke chick and I love her tongue. We some jurisdiction boys, we some one-on-ones. Look, don't compare me to no Martin dog, I'm like Malcolm X. Die by our freedom, we'll leave a crack and stretch. Round of applause, boy, we clapping text. Chucky dog, child's play, yeah, nigga, that's what's next. Open up the cans just like Arizona. Pull up masked up like we got the Rona. We set up jurisdictions when we buy the corner. How you claiming that's your hood and you not the owner? B to B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dog, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep a Olmec head when we slide, dog, cause we the shit.
Like my niggas said, bitch, we the sheets. I can't keep the peace. If it pop off, then I want a piece. I'm just on release. I'm in go mode, motherfuck the thief. In these streets like EBT, when we at war, make peace with me. I don't give a damn, understand. Fuck who stole this land, white or black or tan. Understand, it's fuck who stole this land. Might have seen me get little buddy these hands. He wasn't no abo man. A lot of these dudes is Sambo man. They full of shit like my ammo can. What they call an N-word out the wrong mouth as an ambulance. Wild Indian, get it in advance, or you can post date it. Ask around, I'm the most hated. Straight sacred, they stole acreage. Yo, ape shit, show ain't shit. It won't be televised, I don't tape shit.
Be the B, I just pulled up in the need for speed. Free the land, tell the colonizers that they need to leave. Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dog, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep a Olmec head when we slide, dog, cause we the sheep.